Alright, so you think you know travel? You think you've seen it all? I get it. We all scroll through those perfect Instagram feeds, the same iconic shots over and over, but what if I told you there's a whole other layer to a place, a layer most people just fly right over, or drive right past? Today we're not just scratching the surface, we're digging deep, like way deep. We're going to Namibia, but this isn't the Namibia you know from those glossy brochures. We're on a mission to uncover 10 spots that are seriously off the beaten path, places that will redefine what you think of as epic, places that will stick with you long after you've clicked away. This isn't just another list video, okay? This is an invitation to see the world a little differently, to find the extraordinary in the unexpected, to feel something real. I've spent some serious time, a lot of coffee, and countless hours piecing this together, and trust me, each one of these locations has a story, a vibe, an energy that deserves to be shared, to be felt. From hauntingly beautiful ghost towns slowly being reclaimed by the desert, to canyons so vast they'll make you question your own existence, to ancient cultures that have thrived for centuries in some of the harshest, most beautiful environments on Earth. So buckle up, grab a drink, maybe some snacks, whatever you gotta do, because you are absolutely going to want to stick around for every single one of these. This is the real deal, the unfiltered truth, the stuff that changes you. We're talking about raw, unadulterated adventure. The kind of places that make you put your phone down, not just to take a picture, but to soak it all in. I'm Rigo, and I'm genuinely stoked, like super excited, to take you on this journey. We've got 10 hidden gems, 10 reasons to fall in love with Namibia all over again, or for the very first time if you've never been. And who knows, maybe by the end of this, you'll be looking up flights, planning your own escape. This is it. Let's do this. Let's go explore. Alright, first up, we're diving headfirst into the surreal, the almost unbelievable, Kolmanskap. Man, this place, it's like stepping onto a meticulously crafted movie set for a post-apocalyptic film, but it's all terrifyingly, beautifully real. Imagine an entire town, once vibrant and crackling with the energy of diamond-fueled dreams, now slowly, relentlessly being swallowed whole by the Namib desert. The sand, it's an unstoppable force, pouring through broken window frames like golden waterfalls, filling opulent rooms floor to ceiling, creating these insane, almost artistic sculptures out of decay and abandonment. It's hauntingly beautiful. There's genuinely no other way to describe it. You walk through these derelict houses, the paint peeling in long strips like sunburnt skin, old, forgotten furniture half buried, and you can almost hear the faint whispers of ghosts from the past, telling stories of fortunes found in the sand and just as quickly lost. It's a photographer's absolute paradise, obviously. Every corner is a shot, but it's so much more than that. It's a powerful, visceral reminder of nature's ultimate unyielding power and the fleeting, often fragile nature of human ambition and endeavor. This isn't just about spooky vibes and getting cool Instagram shots though, don't get me wrong. It's about history, a really unique, almost bizarre slice of it. Back in the early 1900s, this place was the definition of booming. They had a state-of-the-art hospital, a grand ballroom for lavish parties, a casino, even an ice factory. Seriously, an ice factory in the middle of one of the hottest deserts on Earth. Then, almost overnight, the diamonds dried up, richer deposits were found further south, and everyone just packed up and left. Now it's a ghost town in the truest, most literal sense. A stark, achingly beautiful monument to a flamboyant bygone era. Exploring Kolmanskap isn't just a casual walk, it's a profound journey back in time, a tangible, almost physical connection to the people who lived, loved, dreamed, and ultimately abandoned this incredible, isolated place. You feel small, you feel the immense weight of history, and you definitely leave with a completely different perspective on time and permanence. It's an absolute must-see, but my advice? Go early, before the tour buses, before the crowds, and just let the profound silence and the ever-shifting sand tell you their captivating stories. Okay, from the eerie silence of those sand-filled rooms, we're transitioning to the ancient stoic silence of colossal rocks. Spitzkop. They call it the Matterhorn of Namibia, and when you lay your eyes on it towering out of the desert floor, you immediately understand why. These aren't just ordinary rocks, not by a long shot. These are monumental granite peaks, some over 1,700 meters high, rising dramatically, almost defiantly from the otherwise flat, expansive desert plains. It's a landscape that feels utterly prehistoric, like you've stumbled into a land before time, almost otherworldly. The sheer, mind-boggling scale of it is incredibly humbling. You could easily spend days here just wandering, exploring, hiking, and scrambling over these incredible ancient formations, each one a geological masterpiece. And the colors, oh man, the colors at sunrise and sunset, forget about it. The rock just ignites, it glows, fiery reds, deep oranges, soft purples. It's the kind of majestic place that makes you feel incredibly, intensely alive, deeply connected to something ancient, primal, and incredibly powerful. And it's not just about craning your neck to look up at these granite giants. The real magic, the true adventure, happens when you start to actively explore its nooks and crannies. There are hidden natural arches, like the famous Rock Arch, which perfectly frames the distant landscape, creating an iconic photo opportunity. There are ancient sandrock paintings, some thousands of years old, tucked away in sheltered caves and overhangs, whispering faded stories from a time long past. You can camp out here, right under the immense, star-dusted dome of the sky. And let me tell you, the night sky in the Namib desert, with the imposing silhouette of Spitzkoppe as your backdrop, is something you will never ever forget. It's pure, unadulterated wilderness at its most profound. It's a challenge, sure, some of the hikes can be pretty strenuous, the sun can be intense, but the reward, the breathtaking views, the profound feeling of accomplishment and connection, totally unequivocally worth every drop of sweat. This is nature's rugged playground, raw, untamed, and utterly unforgettable. Alright, so we've conquered a ghost town, we've marveled at epic rock formations. What's next on this Namibian odyssey? How about the second largest canyon on planet Earth? Yeah, you heard that right, not a typo. Second largest. Fish River Canyon. This thing is absolutely, unequivocally immense. We're talking about a chasm that stretches for 160 kilometers. That's about 100 miles long, up to 27 kilometers or 17 miles wide, and in places plunges down over half a kilometer, more than 550 meters deep. Standing there on the precipice, on the very rim, looking out over that vast, jagged, seemingly endless expanse, it's one of those rare, heart-stopping moments that just literally takes your breath away. It makes you feel incredibly small, insignificant even, but in the best possible way, the kind of small that puts everything into perspective. The sheer scale of it is almost impossible to truly comprehend until you're physically there, feeling the wind whip around you, staring deep into that geological masterpiece carved over millions of years. This isn't just a pretty postcard view though, not by a long shot. For the truly adventurous, the ones who crave a challenge, there's the legendary Fish River Hiking Trail. It's a world-renowned multi-day trek, typically 5 days. And it's definitely not for the faint of heart or the unprepared, taking you right down into the belly of this colossal canyon. Imagine hiking for days through that raw, ancient, almost lunar landscape, camping under a canopy of 1 billion stars, surrounded by nothing but the primal sounds of nature and the towering, silent canyon walls. Even if you're not quite up for that intense, full-on hike, there are numerous easily accessible viewpoints along the rim like Hobas, each offering a slightly different, equally awe-inspiring perspective on this monumental natural wonder. It's a living testament to the relentless power of erosion, a dramatic story written in layers of rock over hundreds of millions of years. It's a place that commands respect, a place that powerfully reminds you of the sheer, unadulterated creative and destructive power of the natural world. Absolutely, positively mind-blowing. Chapter 4, Sossusvlei and Deadvlei painting with sand and time. Okay, if there's one single image that screams Namibia to the entire world, It's probably the iconic fiery red dunes of Sossusvlei, and let me tell you straight up, no picture, no video, no fancy filter can truly do this place justice. You simply have to be there. These aren't just any sand dunes, these are some of the highest, most spectacular sand dunes in the entire world. Towering behemoths of ancient sand, colored in unbelievable shades of fiery red, burnt orange and deep apricot, all set against the backdrop of the clearest, deepest blue sky you can imagine. It's a landscape that genuinely feels like it's from another planet, like you've landed on Mars. The profound silence, broken only by the whisper of the wind, the stark, minimalist beauty, the sheer, overwhelming scale of it all. It's utterly mesmerizing. Waking up in the pitch black, hours before dawn, to begin the climb up Dune 45, or the even more challenging, aptly named Big Daddy Dune, to watch the sunrise slowly paint the vast desert canvas in unbelievable, ever-changing colors. That's a core memory, an experience that will be seared into your soul forever. But Sossusvlei is so much more than just giant photogenic sand piles. Tucked away, nestled amongst these towering dunes, is the even more surreal pan of Deadvlei. Imagine a vast cracked white clay pan, blindingly bright under the African sun, that's home to a ghostly forest of ancient skeletal camel thorn trees. These trees, estimated to be around 900 years old, died when the climate changed and the river that fed them diverted, but they haven't decomposed because the air is so dry. They stand now, scorched black by centuries of relentless sun, frozen in time, creating an almost macabre yet hauntingly beautiful spectacle against the backdrop of the towering red dunes. It looks exactly like a surrealist painting, something Salvador Dali might have dreamt up after a particularly vivid dream. The stark contrast of the white pan, the black trees, the red dunes, and the piercing blue sky is just insane. In the best way. Exploring Sossusvlei and Deadvlei is like walking through a vivid, unforgettable dream. It's a place of incredible photographic opportunities, obviously, but it's also a place that forces you to contemplate time, nature, mortality, and the sheer, stark, breathtaking beauty of our incredible planet. Absolutely essential Namibia. Chapter 5, Skeleton Coast, where the desert meets a shipwreck graveyard. Alright, buckle up, secure your gear, because this next one is properly wild, like Edge of the Earth wild. The Skeleton Coast. The name alone, come on, it tells you pretty much everything you need to know, right? This isn't your typical sun-kissed, palm-fringed beach destination, not even close. This is raw, rugged, desolate, and profoundly, beautifully unforgiving. It's the place where the harsh, ancient Namib Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, crashes headlong, dramatically, into the cold, turbulent, and often treacherous waters of the South Atlantic Ocean. The result of this elemental collision? A coastline littered with the ghostly, rusting remains of countless shipwrecks, bleached whale bones scattered like giant confetti, and the lingering, sorrowful stories of sailors and explorers who met their untimely end on these fog-bound, treacherous shores. It's desolate, it's windswept, it's often shrouded in mist, and it's utterly, strangely captivating. There's a unique, eerie beauty to it that's unlike anything else you'll ever experience. Driving along the gravel roads of the Skeleton Coast National Park, you genuinely feel like you're at the very edge of the known world, like you've driven off the map. The infamous cold Benguela current creates dense sea fogs that can roll in unexpectedly, thick and mysterious, adding to the already otherworldly, almost spooky atmosphere. You'll see massive colonies of Cape fur seals, sometimes tens of thousands of them, their barks and grunts echoing eerily in the vast, profound emptiness. If you're incredibly lucky, you might even spot desert-adapted lions or elephants, ghostly figures that have learned to survive in this seemingly inhospitable barren land, sometimes even venturing down to the shoreline. It's a place that starkly reminds you of nature's complete indifference, its immense, untamable power. It's not for everyone, sure, it's not pretty in the conventional tourist brochure sense, but if you're drawn to the wild, the remote, the places with a bit of an edge, a bit of grit, then the Skeleton Coast will absolutely get under your skin and stay there. It's a powerful, unforgettable landscape that tells 1,000 silent tales of survival, struggle, and loss. Chapter 6. Twyfelfontein, an ancient art gallery, etched in stone. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Take a deep breath. We're going from the raw, elemental power of the coast to the ancient, hushed whispers of human history and artistry. Twyfelfontein. Now this place is incredibly special. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for damn good reason. It's not just a label they hand out. It's home to one of the largest, most significant concentrations of rock engravings, or petroglyphs, in the whole of Africa. We're talking about literally thousands of individual carvings, meticulously pecked and scraped into the surfaces of the vibrant red sandstone by sand hunter-gatherers over an immense period of time. At least 2,000 years, some archaeologists and researchers say even longer, perhaps up to an astonishing 6,000 years ago. These aren't just random doodles or graffiti. These are intricate, meaningful depictions of animals, human figures, geometric patterns, and abstract symbols. It's like stumbling upon an ancient open-air art gallery, curated by time itself, displayed out in the open, under the vast, watchful African sky. Walking through the various sites at Twyfelfontein, especially with a knowledgeable local guide who can help interpret these ancient messages and symbols, is an absolutely incredible, almost spiritual experience. You start to get a real, tangible sense of how these ancient people lived, what was important to them, their deep understanding of the natural world, their spiritual beliefs, their rituals. You see incredibly detailed engravings of lions, often depicted with unnaturally long tails which are thought to represent a shaman in a trance-like state, giraffes with exaggerated necks, rhinos, elephants, ostriches, a whole menagerie of the diverse wildlife that once roamed this area in great abundance. It's a direct, unbroken link to a very distant human past, a tangible connection to the people who first called this dramatic, arid land home. It's truly humbling to stand in the exact same spot where someone, thousands and thousands of years ago, painstakingly, patiently carved these powerful images, leaving a lasting legacy for us to ponder and protect. This isn't just history, it's art, it's culture, it's a profound story etched forever in stone. Alright, so when you typically think of Namibia, your mind probably conjures up images of vast, arid desert, right? Endless rolling sand dunes, dry, cracked earth, maybe a solitary oryx silhouetted against a blazing sunset. Well, get ready to have that entire preconceived image completely flipped on its head, turned totally upside down. We're heading way up to the northeastern part of the country, to what was formerly known as the Caprivi Strip, or, as it's now more correctly known, the Zambezi region. This relatively narrow panhandle of land stretching out eastward is a geographical and ecological world away from the arid desert landscapes of southern and central Namibia. It's incredibly lush, it's surprisingly green, it's crisscrossed by major life-giving rivers like the Okavango, the Kwando, the Chobe, and the mighty Zambezi itself. Suddenly you find yourself in a vibrant landscape of sprawling wetlands, seasonal floodplains, dense riverine forests, and papyrus-lined channels. It's a genuine biodiversity hotspot, absolutely teeming with an astonishing variety of wildlife. This is where Namibia gets seriously wild, but in a completely different, much wetter way than you might expect. Think huge, impressive herds of elephants, sometimes numbering in the hundreds, moving gracefully through the bush or drinking at the water's edge. Picture pods of hippos lazing contentedly in the rivers, their snorts echoing across the water, and formidable Nile crocodiles basking silently on the sandy banks, looking like prehistoric logs. The bird life here is simply phenomenal, a twitcher's paradise with hundreds of species. It's a prime, yet often underrated safari destination, offering incredible game viewing without the same crowds as some of its more famous neighbors in Botswana or Zambia. You can take serene boat cruises on the rivers, go on thrilling game drives in open vehicles, visit traditional villages and experience the local culture. It feels more like being in the Okavango Delta or Chobe National Park than the Namibia you might have pictured. The contrast is genuinely staggering and highlights the incredible diversity packed into this one single country. If you want to see a completely different face of Namibia, a greener, wetter, wilder side, the Zambezi region is unequivocally where you need to be. It's an unexpected, life-affirming paradise. Okay, from the vibrant riverine paradise of the Caprivi, we're charting a course to another incredibly unique and ecologically vital ecosystem, the Waterberg Plateau. Imagine this, a massive flat-topped sandstone plateau rising dramatically, almost like a giant natural fortress or a colossal ark, some 200 meters from the surrounding acacia-dotted plains of the Kalahari. It's roughly 50 kilometers long and about 16 kilometers wide, and its relative geological isolation, with steep cliffs on most sides, has created a natural sanctuary, a protected haven for a remarkable diversity of flora and fauna, some of which are rare, endangered, or even extinct elsewhere in Namibia. It's like stumbling upon a lost world, a verdant island of life, perched high above the vast arid savanna that stretches out below. The panoramic views from the top looking out over the endless plains, absolutely breathtakingly spectacular. You feel like you can see for miles and miles to the very curve of the earth. The Waterberg Plateau National Park is a crucial haven for wildlife conservation. Because its cliffs make it relatively inaccessible to poachers and easy to manage, it became a vital refuge and breeding ground for species like white and black rhinos, buffalo, which are not found in many other parts of Namibia, and rare antelope species like sable and roan, all of which were successfully reintroduced here. Hiking on the plateau is an absolutely incredible experience. You're walking through surprisingly lush vegetation, a stark and welcome contrast to the dry, thorny bushveld of the lands below, and you might just stumble upon these magnificent, often shy animals in their natural protected habitat. There are guided game drives available on top of the plateau, numerous well-marked walking trails of varying difficulty, and opportunities to learn about the important conservation efforts happening here from dedicated rangers and researchers. It's not just about ticking off animal sightings, it's about understanding the delicate, intricate balance of these unique ecosystems and the critical importance of protecting them for future generations. The Waterberg Plateau is a powerful testament to nature's resilience and a crucial, irreplaceable stronghold for Namibian wildlife. Alright, we're heading north again, way up north, right up to the very border with Angola, to a place where the landscape gets even more rugged and remote. And what do we find there, marking this natural frontier? The absolutely spectacular, thundering Epipa Falls. Now, this isn't just one single monolithic waterfall like Victoria Falls. It's a dramatic and beautiful series of cascades, rapids, and cataracts spread out over a width of about 1.5 kilometers, where the perennial Kunene River, a lifeline in this arid region, plunges down a series of drops, some as high as an impressive 37 meters, around 120 feet, into a dark, rocky gorge. The constant deafening sound of the rushing water, the cool mist that hangs in the air and nourishes the surrounding vegetation, the lush green palm trees and ancient baobab trees clinging precariously to the riverbanks, all set against the stunning backdrop of rugged ochre-colored mountains. It's an absolutely breathtaking, almost overwhelming sight. It's powerful, it's undeniably beautiful, and it feels incredibly remote, wild, and untouched by the modern world. But Epipa Falls is so much more than just a stunning natural spectacle, a feast for the eyes. It's also a place of profound, deep cultural significance, especially for the semi-nomadic Himba people who have inhabited this harsh and beautiful region for centuries. You'll almost certainly see them, the Himba women instantly recognizable by their intricate ochre clay-covered hairstyles, their traditional jewelry, and their skin coated in a protective mixture of red ochre and butterfat, giving them their distinctive reddish hue. The falls, Epupa meaning falling waters in Herero, are a sacred site for them, a source of life, sustenance, and spiritual connection, in this otherwise incredibly arid landscape. Visiting Epipa offers a rare and precious chance not just to witness the awesome power of nature, but also to respectfully engage with and learn from one of Africa's most iconic and resilient traditional cultures. With permission and a local guide, you can often visit a Himba village, learn about their unique way of life, their ancient customs, their deep connection to this land and its rhythms. It's a truly humbling and incredibly enriching experience. Epipa Falls is where raw, untamed natural beauty meets ancient, enduring human culture. And that powerful combination is truly something special and unforgettable. Okay, for our final and perhaps wildest hidden gem, we're staying in the far northwest, venturing deep into the vast, remote, and incredibly rugged expanse of Kyoko Land, also known as Kunene region. This, my friends, is one of the last true bona fide wilderness areas remaining in southern Africa. It's a land of starkly dramatic, almost intimidating landscapes, jagged, sky-piercing mountains, vast, stony plains that stretch to the horizon, dry, sandy riverbeds that can transform into raging torrents after rare flash floods, and an almost overwhelming sense of immense space, solitude, and ancient silence. It's definitely not an easy place to travel. You absolutely need a robust, well-equipped 4x4 vehicle. You need to be completely self-sufficient with food, water, and fuel, and you need some serious off-road driving skills. But the rewards, oh man, the rewards are truly immense and life-changing. This is adventure with a capital A, exploration in its purest form. And speaking of adventure and knowledge, here's a quick trivia question for you, a little test. What is the official currency of Namibia? And for a bonus point, what specific desert, a significant part of which lies within Namibia's borders, is widely considered to be the oldest desert in the world? Mull that over, I'll give you the answers at the very end of the video. Kyoko Land is also famously the heartland of the semi-nomadic Himba people, one of the most visually distinctive and culturally intact indigenous groups in all of Africa. Their incredible ability to thrive, to maintain their traditions and way of life in this incredibly harsh, challenging, and often unforgiving environment is a profound testament to their resilience, their deep ancestral knowledge, and their intimate connection to the land. If you're patient and respectful, you might also encounter the legendary desert-adapted elephants, a unique population that has evolved longer legs and larger feet to traverse the sandy terrain, or the critically endangered desert-adapted black rhinos and giraffes, animals that have developed unique physiological and behavioral adaptations to survive in these extremely arid conditions. Exploring Kyoko Land is genuinely like stepping back in time or onto another planet. It's raw, it's untamed, it's challenging, and it offers a profound, almost spiritual sense of discovery and self-reliance. It's a place that tests you, changes you, and undoubtedly leaves an indelible, lasting mark on your soul. It's the ultimate Namibian frontier, a true hidden gem for those brave and curious enough to seek it out. Alright, there you have it. 10 lesser-known but absolutely incredible, soul-stirring spots in the magnificent country of Namibia. From the sand-filled, ghostly rooms of Kolmanskop to the vast, untamed wilderness of Kyoko Land, this country just keeps on giving, revealing new layers of beauty and adventure around every dusty corner. And honestly, even with these 10, we've only just barely scratched the surface. Each of these places, and so many more like them, has so much more to offer, so many more stories to tell, so many more secrets to whisper to those who are willing to listen. My goal here, my real hope, wasn't just to show you a bunch of pretty pictures or cool drone shots. It was to ignite that spark, that little flame of curiosity to make you want to go out and explore for yourself, whether it's planning a trip to Namibia or just discovering the hidden gems in your own backyard. There's so much world out there waiting, so much to see and feel. And hey, before I forget the answers to those trivia questions I threw at you back in the Kyoko Land chapter, the official currency of Namibia is the Namibian dollar, NAD, which is pegged 1-to-1 to the South African rand. And the oldest desert in the world? That's the incredible Namib Desert itself, parts of which are estimated to be at least 55 million years old. Pretty cool, right? This journey, even just sharing it with you like this, has been epic, and I genuinely hope you felt a bit of that magic, that sense of wonder, through the screen. If you did, if this inspired you even a little bit, do me a huge solid, hit that like button, smash it, let me know you enjoyed it, share this video with someone you know who needs a dose of adventure in their life, and definitely please subscribe for more. We're just getting started with these kinds of deep dives into the amazing places our planet has to offer. Seriously though, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for sticking with me through this whole journey, for watching, for being part of this community. It genuinely means the world to me. Traveling to these places, experiencing them, and then getting to share these stories, these feelings, with you all. It's what I live for, it's my passion. So, until the next adventure, the next discovery, get out there, do cool stuff, be good to each other, explore, learn, grow. And please let me know in the comments down below which of these Namibian gems you'd want to visit first, or if you have any of your own hidden Namibian spots to share. Peace out, and see you on the next one.